In the archaeology of this Bronze Age building, we found a central post hole, so a post hole in the middle of the circular arrangement of posts. We have to remember that no one's seen this house for nearly 3,500 years. So we're trying to make sense of it. And the thing we've decided to do is use it as a prop. So we'll put our central post in first with its nice V at the top, and then we can lean some rafters over that. So it sits there almost as a piece of scaffolding or as a prop, just while we build the roof around it. And that makes sense of it. Of course, we don't know that's what they used it for, but it's one possibility.
I think I'll use this bit of 2B cordage as a bit of hair, as I don't really have any. This stuff is actually the inner bark of lime trees that we've been soaking for 6 weeks in water. And when it's wet, it absolutely stinks. It smells like sewage, but luckily this is dried out and doesn't seem to smell of anything. But eventually we'll tease this apart into loads of little threads, and then we'll plait it together, and that'll eventually be the cordage that we'll use to actually secure all the rafters and everything in place. But for the time being, it's going to be my hair.
That's it, you're hitting the bottom now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not moving now.
Is it? That's firmer than the other one.
Yeah, it's a bit tighter. Yeah. So we've now put the crook that should be there back again.
Anyone good with knots?
We need a sailor.
We do need a sailor. Julian?
Oh, no, I can't tie knots. Can't tie knots to save me.
How come you weren't
Adam.
keel hauled?
Didn't need knots. Didn't need knots.
Really?
In the engine room.
Really?
No, very, very rarely need knots.
You can,
Yeah, I'm going to need a hand feeding that to me. How deep shall I take this, do you think? I think that's probably enough.
Could well be.
Yeah, just get my pen knife, my Bronze Age pen knife out.
You can have mine if you like.
This is where I try not to make it into a granny knot.
Yeah. Wait until you got. That's it. You got it. You got
Yeah.
a reef knot there. Yeah.
Yeah. That should hold.
That should be pretty tight. Yes. Lots of friction.
Yeah, that's not going to come undone.
We'll get the post and we'll straddle that big lintel over the doorway.
Tomo!
Right, watch yourselves. Crikey, we're going to hardly need those ropes, are we?
We won't need them.
Yeah. What I'd like to learn is that it performs a useful function. As far as I know, only about 10% of roundhouses have central posts. They might be a regional building tradition. If you go today and look at a 200, 300-year-old house in Yorkshire, it'll be quite a different building to a 200 or 300-year house in Hampshire. So you've got these what are called vernacular traditions. We have them now. Why not in the Bronze Age? On the other hand, we don't even know that it was part of the structure. It might have only been a metre high. It might have been for hanging pots on. It might have been the base of a chair. Could have been anything, but you know, this is part of the experiment. The good thing is we'll leave it in there and we can pose the question to anyone who visits it. What is it? What might it have been for? This is why we've used it, but what do you think? So it's an interesting thing in its own right, a little bit of a puzzle.
It does look like a totem pole now, just like that.
I'm terribly worried about that now.
What are you worried
Nice,
about?
yeah.
The height, 3.5 metres, wasn't it? 3.5 metres to there, and that's 1.75 metres. What I need is at least a 45-degree angle to the longest distance. So if I look at it at ground level, the distance, the height should be roughly equal to the length across to there. The problem with this post is it's not in the middle of the building, and we need a 45-degree angle on the roof pitch to get the thatch to work properly. If you've got a lower angle, the thatch won't shed water. But of course, this is going to be 45-degree angle to part of the house, but it's going to be much steeper to the other part of the house. And that might make the roof a little bit difficult to build. So perhaps it's a bit too long. I think if we lop about 80 centimetres off it, we can live with the fact that the roof pitch will be a bit shallow back there. It'll make it easier to build everywhere else, I think.
Okay.
So mea culpa.
I guess they might well have had these problems in the past as well. Got to learn somewhere that this is the first time we're building one of these, so we're just learning by doing.
I think we could probably pull that out.
Well, give it a shot. I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Hang on, see if I can get
A little bit deeper yet, because it's another 2.5 foot under the ground underneath that yet.
Yeah, all sucking. But we are going to get it out.
oh yes.
Oh yes.
It's just the fact we've in effect put this like Bronze Age concrete around it. That's still wet, it's adding a lot of suction to it. And just the sheer weight and awkwardness to handle as well is the problem as well.
I'll tell you what is interesting about this, in all honesty. There's what I consider a myth among archaeologists that roundhouses could have been used for up to 200 years, the big roundhouses. Now, if you have to replace these posts every 10, 20 years, and you would do that to replace them, so you'd know when a post was replaced.
That's it.
There she goes. Come on.
Yep. No, you need to rock it as it's lifted.
Come on, Tomo.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. Right, need some more on that side. No, it's coming now. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. That's it.
That was a little bit of chaos, but we've got the job done. We've got a decent hole to put it back in again now as well. In fact, it should go in the hole a bit safer than when it first went in, because we've now got a bit of a lead to the hole. Experimental archaeology at its best. That's it.
Absolutely fantastic. What we've done is we've proved the concept. We've proved that that thing is useful in building a roof.
If you literally had limited manpower,
Yeah,
then a post is going to help you a lot.
absolutely. What we've learned from today is that a central post with some sort of fork or branching arrangement coming off it is a viable option to help us to construct the roof. Experimentally, that's a really good result. That is as much as you can hope for. You can never prove anything with an experiment, but you can support an argument, and I think we have. We've supported the argument. The possible use of a central post is to help create a roof.
Yeah, you might be right. Actually. Go easier. Different blade.